Hi everyone, how's it going? Let me get rid of this. And here we go. Welcome to another episode of the macStudioA show. This is Series 1, Episode 3. And so far so good. Been trying to streamline my stream every time I do an episode to get it right, and trying to get it perfect is not always as easy as one can imagine. Let's just send everyone a message. And here we go. Perfect. Okay. Like I said, welcome to another episode of the macStudioA show. And we'll just go through the rundown of what's going to be happening. Basically, in today's show, we're going to be looking at Thunderbolt 5. Is one cable for everything possible? And then there's a Mac tip that I'll go over that was shown on my last episode for you to be aware of. And then from there, we'll be going through the any Q&A that you might have. So everything seems to be okay. Okay. See if anybody else is coming. Okay, at the moment, no views or anything. So let's get rid of this. Okay, just wait a few, maybe a minute or a few seconds to see if we have any body trickling in. Okay, so let me just get in a better position. There we go. I think that should be okay. All right. All I can say, as usual. So let's get started. Okay. In the last episode of terminal software update that I demonstrated on my last episode, I showed how to download macOS via the terminal, and it seems that when I use it, when I install it, I download it, etc. I found out that when you try and run it on macOS 15.4.1, there is an error, and I'll just go through that. As you can see right here, when I run this line here, you get an error. And I've tried it with other versions that I've downloaded, and also again on version 15.4, also, as you can see, error. and I also tried it for that version, 15.3.2, and also an error. Solution. My solution is to not install it, run 15.3.1 or 15.3.2, and it works via terminal. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's just me. Let me know if you have got this type of error. It might just be my Mac M4 Mac Mini, but I've tried it on different Macs, on macStudio and on another Mac Mini, same issue. So my advice is not to install it, or if you do install it, make sure that you've already got a copy of macOS 13.3.1 and 3.2. If you have it, you should try and have it handy, because if that error occurs, then you've got to do another clean install. Okay, moving on. Now we're just going to go over to the overhead to see what we have here. Hi. Okay, I'll get in position. This is what we're going to be going through, checking out the I'll try and get it in focus here. There we go. For some reason, there we go. Thunderbolt 5 is one cable good enough for everything. So this is what I've got to deal with. That plus that plus that. These are all the cables that I probably use on a daily basis, and trying to find a solution for this and use it for one cable, just one cable. So I've come to the conclusion that the only way this is possible is by adapters. I'll just switch over my other view, go over and let you know what's going on. Let me also try and see if I can. So basically, I want to be able to replace Apple Watch cable, which is not too bad. You can get adapters. Then the I believe that's micro B super speed and micro B normal, USB to USB 3.1 or 3.0, then USB itself, then another type of connection, then lightning cable. And this is where it gets tricky, where you have only one, where you have USB-C to USB-C, but you can't figure it out. Some of them is just for videos. I'll show it here. This is just for videos. And some of them are just for data. So I want to be able to replace all these cables, including the MagSafe. So I'll just put this here, including the MagSafe cable. So what can we do with all this? Excuse me. Basically, all these cables can be replaced by I'll put this down here. Adapters. So let's go through this. And the adapters that we can get right now are as follows. Let me just go through. Okay, so put that there. I'm going to change it for another view. This is not working out. Okay, let's start going and we'll go off air.